So if you know me, my name is Jellybean.
Why does it always come back to this? Rocky Rakoon is a content creator who makes animations that I can only describe as the visual equivalent of crack. And with people covering this guy, I've recently heard of his antics. While people thought he was just some strange animator from Vietnam, and the cringe was the worst of it, it turned out to be way worse than that. These are the type of people to peak in high school. It's extremely obvious that his videos are targeted towards children, with the thumbnails and videos themselves being full of bright, oversaturated, sparkly colors, smiling, cartoony, dancing characters, and pretty much every trend imaginable. It's complete TikTok brain rot, and no one above the age of 11 would be a fan of this content. This is the lanky box type shit I'd see my little brother watching, which makes the fact that he makes these sexualized videos even more disgusting, whether that be his characters in risque outfits or positions, or straight up censored porn, showing strippers in BDSM gear to an audience whose age probably isn't even in the double digits, swiping away with their Cheeto dust covered fingers and drooling all over their iPads, because these videos have no personality or charm to them, being manufactured processed slop, like it came straight from a Taiwanese sweatshop, and the sexual nature of his content is the only thing that's giving him a fat paycheck. And as you could see earlier, he uses the Patreon logo as a censorship sometimes to not so subtly advertise his Patreon, like one of his tiers allowing you to access an 18+ Discord server, easily exposing these to the kids that watch his content, though not that he cares anyway, because this man will sacrifice any sort of morals for money, giving the same energy as Mr. Krabs selling SpongeBob's soul for 62 cents. Exploiting children in sexually provocative imagery, usually both. One of the most egregious examples of this was his Friday Night Funkin' Chaco Pose video, which sexualizes the doll from Squid Game, which is supposed to be a little kid. And while this happened around 2 years ago, his poor response and the fact that he thought this was a good idea in the first place would be foreshadowing for things to come. And in general, this guy has never been good at responding in the first place, spewing insults and threats like a 13-year-old in a COD lobby the second someone criticizes him, and it's really sad to watch.
I did not mean to in any way sexualize the Squid Game doll. At first I also did not that the girl was supposed to be a child, and because it's just a doll, it's not a real person, it's just a doll. Turning red thumbnail, May was she was basically shaking her butt like she did in the movie. She was wearing a maid dress, which is actually meant for April Fools. So this is a thumbnail. So people were saying that I sexualized Gregory for some reason. Luna actually looks like this. Roxy and Wolf looks like it. I did not alter their features, well, except for this part, but I did not alter any of their features. This is not blush, by the way. It's this face. I'm trying to do my best, but all I feel that is that everyone is hating on me for no reason. I admit that I make mistakes that I can never take back.
He'll use any excuse he can when it comes to this stuff, and him crying under pressure like that on stream doesn't help either. But one of the most damning things to come out about him was when an ex-moderator for Rocky Rakoon's Discord server, Rocky Rakoon, leaked a bunch of stuff in their mod chat, exposing his disgusting behavior that she's been trying to stop for over 6 years, having to treat him like a child to teach him basic common sense, because this troglodyte doesn't have a functioning frontal lobe. Since he wouldn't listen to any of it, the information going through one ear and out the other. And the mod chat leaks show his degenerate behavior, where a member was drawing CP of characters like Gumball from The Amazing World of Gumball. And Rocky Rakoon made a poll to either ban that guy or give him one last tiny chance. And of course, Rocky Rakoon was the only one to want to give him a chance. So I'm not sure why the hell you'd need a poll for that. It's pretty fucking obvious what you should do there. When the mods would call him out for this, he'd tell them not to make the guy feel antagonized, telling the mods to not accuse him of being a pedophile as if he didn't just send lolicon, and he even expressed that he wished that guy wasn't gone. And if that wasn't bad enough, when he mentioned the drawings of Max from the Goofy movie, he would say that he didn't look, quote, minor presenting, saying that furries would be thirsty for him, even he is, and his adult design is basically a taller version of his teen self. Are you fucking kidding me? The jokes really write themselves, don't they? This guy is completely egotistical and creepy. In fact, Rocky Rakoon would have a temper tantrum after Rexana called him out on his not safe for work alt yoshing around, and it's likely he isn't gonna change. And while the last post he's had on his Twitter is almost a month ago, I'm not sure if he's gonna abandon all of it or not, since it's his cash cow. Though of course it isn't just this guy who makes sexualized brainrot for kids, since parents letting kids freely roam on the internet, and platforms like YouTube Kids having poor moderation, and really little kids shouldn't be on TikTok and YouTube in the first place. This kind of stuff has been a problem for years. For example, the Elsagate stuff that happened back in 2017 and 2018, which was briefly taken care of but has seen another wave in recent years, using popular characters among little kids in bright colors to push these mass-produced garbage videos, which becomes even more disturbing when they start introducing sexual or fetishy elements. And all of this combined is absolutely terrible for their developing brains. And as the internet becomes bigger and bigger, it'll only get worse unless people step up their game. And hopefully this guy is able to be stopped, but in the meantime, that's all I really have to say, so bye.